Namaste. Today we will be practicing legs up the wall along with a few other hip opener and stretches that we can do from a similar position or using the wall to give us a little more structure or even depth to the stretches or the asanas that we do so often just on our mats. Legs up the wall is one of my favorite asanas. It is deeply cleansing and nourishing, not only to your legs, to your heart and brain, but your whole lymphatic system, and really good for building your immune system or helping to strengthen that immune system. We do have to use caution sometimes though with legs up the wall. If you have high blood pressure, if you have any neck, ear, or eye conditions, you may want to talk to your doctor first about this. If you're pregnant, you probably want to not do this, at least for as long as we do in this practice or in a regular practice. Other than that, let's begin. So you can make your way to the wall. I place my mat long ways just because as I shift back a little bit, you'll want to make sure your head is supported. You can use any type of blanket as well for a little more comfort. There's no really beautiful way to go into legs up the wall, but if you sit yourself close to the wall with your knees bent, we're just going to start to lean back and then swing those legs up. And so ideally, you'll want your bottom as close to the wall as you can. However, if your hamstrings are a little bit tighter, your knees may need to bend, or you can even shift back a little bit on your mat or your blanket, that's fine as well. And your legs will be extended straight up, fairly close together, maybe hip distance or a little bit wider apart. And then your arms can rest wherever feels comfortable for you, to the sides, overhead, whatever works for you. Go ahead, close your eyes, and just take a few moments here, allowing yourself to come to settle, to shift awareness towards your breath, and to awaken and attune yourself to the sensations throughout body and being. Physically, feel your body begin to settle into these surfaces supporting it. You may even notice the sensation through your legs. As you feel into the front of your body, a sense of ease and expansiveness that may begin to connect you more to subtle body, to the lightness of being. Finding this delicate balance between physical and subtle. Maybe stay with that breath, cultivating a slightly deeper yet relaxed flow to it. Watching as this breath guides you towards a deeper sense of ease, physically and mentally. You may follow any other sensations as they arise with an open sense of curiosity, whether they're more physical sensations or energetic cell sensations. And at any point, you can just allow a deeper sense of release, physically, mentally, subtly. yourself this opportunity to rest deeply. to shift awareness back to your breath. A very gentle breath that draws you present, that draws you into the sensations throughout your body right now. Maybe feel a deeper breath. And you can slowly begin to reawaken your hands and your feet. Maybe even in this position, just a slight, really small rocking of your pelvis to stretch out and feel into your lower back. As you settle that pelvis, let your arms come overhead. And just kind of take a nice big stretch here as though you're lengthening from those hips opposite direction. Up and out through the arms, but also opposite through those legs. And relax, letting your arms sweep back down by your sides. Let the shoulders roll back and down into your mat. You can explore any movement through your neck, nice and gently. Kind of ear towards shoulder, or even turning your head as if looking over each shoulder. Holding into any of those stretches that feel nice for you here today. You may like to extend at the same time up and out through those heels, keeping your thighs in a slight internal rotation. We'll stretch a bit more through the back of the legs. Even with knees bent, you can do that. And then as your head comes back through center, relax through your legs. If you have the wall space here in front of you and to your sides, open your legs nice and wide as they'll go. Kind of keeping your heels in contact with the wall and just allowing the legs to drop out as far as feels comfortable for you. No force. And once you find a point, just press out through your heels. You may even like to do that one leg at a time as you press out through the right heel. Let yourself feel into that leg. And then out through the left heel. And explore through that leg. And relaxing into that left leg, bound ankle, bringing soles of your feet together as you slide the feet against the wall in towards one another. Your knees open out to sides. Hands can kind of gently press into your thighs if you'd like. Try to keep your pelvis a little more neutral. Relax through shoulders. Take another breath. And then gently draw those knees back together and extend just your right leg back up the wall. Take your left ankle to right thigh. Left hand is going to press into that thigh away from us. No pressure on knees, as always, into the thigh. Maybe your right knee bends, draws in a little bit as that foot comes down the wall. Can even press into the wall. Keep your hips level again. Don't press so far out with that left thigh that your hip goes forward or towards the wall. Think about keeping your hips level and just working that into the hip socket, into the joint as you press out through the left thigh. Flex your left foot, pressing through heel. Right leg grounding you, supporting you. Make sure to soften a bit. I find that I overexert a little bit. Remember the balance between effort and ease. And then you can switch sides nice and gently as you release this left leg. Right ankle is going to come to the left thigh. Sliding your left foot down to a point that's comfortable, knee can bend. Right hand is going to press into right thigh. And we press out through the right heel. Again, no pressure on knee. Slide that right hand down a little bit closer towards the joint into that hip socket. And again, be mindful that the hip doesn't go forward. Keep your hips parallel to one another. Pelvis nice and level there. Take a few breaths, finding the ease within effort. And then you can begin to relax. Draw both knees out to the sides. So coming away from the wall, maybe even letting your feet, your toes kind of press just slightly into the wall. Lengthening up through your spine. You can kind of explore a little bit, hands kind of drawing the knees towards shoulders. Maybe the knees press forward into the hands, resisting. And then you can ease this into a happy baby as you catch hold of your toes or the inner arches of your feet. Legs opening wide, knees wide and bent. You may like to rock a little bit. You may like to extend out through one leg at a time, straighten that leg out to side, or at least as you keep the knee bent, pressing through the heel. And then through the left leg. And then drawing both of those feet in towards one another. See if you can hold on to the feet together, maybe slightly pulling in through the feet towards your chest while your knees go away from you, opposite direction. And then as you release this, bring your feet back to the wall. Knees a little bit more bent here, arms by your sides. Take an in breath, and then just start to, as you exhale, lift your hips up onto the upper back, shoulder blades, no pressure on your neck. As you inhale, lower back down. Press those feet into the wall as you exhale. Lift, arching up, and then releasing. Nice control. Inhale, lift. Lift from that core, lead from core. Exhale as you lower down. Let's do one more. You can readjust shoulders in any way to support yourself. Almost like a bridge pose here at the wall. Or even a shoulder stand variation. And then nice control as you lower yourself back down. Kind of press into the wall a little bit and scoot yourself up a little further away from the wall. Shoulders and head, and then those hips. And bring your knees to chest. Catch hold of them. You can enjoy a bit of a rock here, side to side. Or even a circular motion. And then roll yourself over onto one side. You can support with that bottom arm kind of under your head, resting to it. The opposite hand can just rest wherever it does. I want you to rest here for a few moments, at least about 30 seconds or so before you pop yourself up. And then making your way up and into a seated position. Maybe bringing palms into heart. Close your eyes and just take a few moments, centering, connecting, breathing. Notice the sensations throughout. And if you'd like to set for yourself any intentions, do so now. Taking those intentions and this breath with you back into your day. Namaste.